like I said, we talking about the dudes at this point. Instead of going out and actively trying to find, because I can be a little fair. All right, let's say you got an NBA player, right? Let's start from his high school years. He probably went to a black school, right? But in today's time, which we've seen this too many times, these same black kids who were good in their high schools, where do they end up going? They end up going to prep schools. So now who are you surrounded by? White women. How many black people going to prep schools for real? Not too many, right? So these prep schools is usually the alleyway to help get them to the right colleges, get them connected to the right colleges, get them correct, shaking hands with the right people so that they can be in order or whatever. By the time you get to the NBA, what race of women normally is chasing down these NBA players? White. These white women know how to get to these men. Black women don't. Black women normally try to catch the rebound when you out in the street. I gotta see you in the hood. I gotta see you then, and so by then it's a little too late. That man is tainted. I ain't gonna say tainted, but he think he made it, and he got him a white woman, right? And once again, it is all go down to how accessible he is, how accessible. I mean, a black man is that's successful. By the way, successful. How can a black woman get close to him so that won't happen? If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Black women don't necessarily have the access. And let's kind of switch it up a little bit too. Let's say you got a black woman who climbed up the corporate ladder. A black man can't walk up to her. I'm blue collar. I'm a construction worker. I make $70,000 a year. You make $150,000. I can't walk up to her. She'll let me know that. You can't walk up to me. You don't make enough money. But who do make enough money? The men that she see in the corporate offices. How many black people in the corporate offices?
Mm-hmm.
Obama affirmative action plan means absolutely nothing, by the way. Because I know people gonna try to use that to affirmative action. There are probably black people in that. Yeah. This lady out on the 40th floor with white men and all the black men on the first floor pushing envelopes.
Yeah. Hey, it's crazy. And it's crazy that, us as black people or black race, African American, we think like this. We think that once we make it, we have to date outside our race. And it's not even the case. Like, there's a lot of black men and a lot of black women that is out there. But I get it, because once you get to that certain place and certain lifestyle, you might not run into a lot of black men or black women. So, hey, I don't blame anybody on who they date. I don't really too much care if you prefer a black woman or if you prefer a white man or a white woman. That's you. At the end of the day, that is you. That's whoever make you happy. But I just dislike when a black man downplay a black woman or a black woman downplay a black man, and like you said, and make it seem like we just the worst of the worst. It's like our own race put us down so much. It's crazy. It's crazy how our own people, black and white, put us down to where we shouldn't be dating our own kind. We shouldn't date a black woman. We shouldn't date a black man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you how they think of us though. And like I said, this is not a racist podcast. I want y'all to understand this is not a racist podcast. This is not what we do. But once again, We advocate for the black family. You know, and there's nothing wrong with us advocating for the black family. But I'm gonna tell you what they think of us. I remember I was at a job, and there was a guy who was Laotian. Now, if you ask me what Laotian mean, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to figure that out. I'm not gonna say what country he come from because I don't know. Never heard of it, right? But this is his race. He was dating a Hispanic lady, right? It's a interracial relationship. He decided to say a joke, right? He said, "What's the difference between a black man and a bench?" I say, "What?" And mind you, black manager standing right next to me. I said, "What? What's the difference?" He said, "A bench can hold up a family." And it pissed me clean off. Me and the manager, who's a black man, we look at each other like, let's jump him. We got no, but before
I would have said, what is the difference between a left and a right? Left one. Both of them hit the same. Yeah. They both hit the same.
But he